Is this mic on? Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This is a sound check. Brace yourself, cause we're coming with another one. Metal moves, singing speakers hotter than the sun. Dropping new bands that you never heard before. Seeing music in and we'll play it all around the world. Lots of haters talking trash, they don't like your shout. Grab a talker, join the party, and we'll shut them down. Independent radio is the future now. Turn it up, tell a friend. It's showtime.
Welcome to the Moose Pit, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Real quick, I know I want to get that out of the way. I'm not a big, we'll spend a lot of time on the holidays kind of thing, but happy Thanksgiving week to everybody. My birthday actually falls on Thanksgiving this year. That happens ever so often in my lifetime. November 23rd hits Thanksgiving, so yeah, my birthday is on Thanksgiving, so I'll be gorging myself with food, and I hope you guys are have a great time with family and friends and be safe, and make sure to stop putting the rum in the eggnog a little bit early so you can drive home, or make sure and crash wherever you are if you can't drive home. So, yeah, man, just have a good holiday. And, this is a busy time of year. Lots of family and lots of stuff like so. Listen, have a good time. And we don't do a Christmas show here. We never have. We always do a best of show. So we'll be doing the best of show December 31st, so New Year's Eve. So nobody will hear it for a few days because they'll be trying to recover from a massive hangover, but got some good ones this year. Had some great bands in 2017. So real quick, also I want to address the Twitter question from last week because I forgot to give the answer. Thanks to everybody who got involved with the Twitter question, Twitter/Facebook question. The question was, should Hetfield be in Megadeth or should Mustaine be in Metallica? And the overwhelming answer was Mustaine and Metallica. So I mean, like, I don't necessarily disagree. I just think Hetfield and Megadeth it'd be cool to hear James sing The Conjuring, and he's obviously got the guitar chops, at least the rhythm chops to play in the bands. So overwhelming answer, yeah, is Mustaine and Metallica. This week's question is Stone Sour or Slipknot. Which one do you like more, or do you hate one and like the other? Which is, I found that on occasion. There are so many people who have no idea that Corey is the singer for both bands. And they're like, I love that Stone Sour band. Yeah, what do you think about Slipknot? Oh, gross. Yeah. So, mass sheep mentality. Oh my God, I totally know what Beyonce did this weekend. The singer for Slipknot's the same for Stone Sour? Oh my gosh. Yeah, whatever. So, I like both bands. I like both of them a lot. So, I don't know if I have a favorite. I consider them like two different sides of each other. So it's pretty cool, man. Corey Taylor's got some, some interesting views, some controversial views, and I don't pay attention to a lot of that stuff. I love the way the dude sings, so I'm into that. So coming up first, man, this is a show, by the way, where I play songs I've never heard, and you've probably never heard either. And I tell you what I think about them, and I rate them in tacos because tacos are damn important. Even on Thanksgiving, turkey tacos. Let's do it. All right, Death Cult. Let's get into this. Buckle it up, Buttercup. It's Soundcheck from OKC.
Is this mic on? Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This is a sound check.
listening to Soundcheck with the Moose.
Now, once again, welcome to Soundcheck from the Moose Pit here in OKC. My name is Moose. We are doing this show. This is where I listen to songs that I've never heard before, that bands from all over the world send to us to get played on the show. We're on iTunes, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Spreaker, Mixcloud, TuneIn, all that stuff. It's out there. So anyway, that was Death Cult, and I was personally not a fan. I might give that 2.5 tacos. There's a difference between like having that crappy black metal production and then just having crappy production. Or I didn't like the guitar tone at all. It was just kind of rehashed for me. There wasn't anything about that I said, I mean, I need to hear that again. I listened to that and went, I'm done. Yeah, it's good. I totally know everything I need to know about Death Cult from that one little tune, and I'm good. So, yeah. I don't know how you guys feel about it. You're always welcome. You know, I welcome people to write in, to text in. You know, you can email moose@themetalmoose.com, or you can text 424-666-7356 24/7. That's the text line. You can text in requests. You can text in opinions. You can send me pictures. You know what I'm saying? So I welcome that. So we're giving 2.5 tacos to Death Cult. Boring black metal to me. It just... And I love black metal. Maybe that's the problem, is that my black metal world is so expansive that when I listen to Death Cult, I'm like, there's so much more better things that challenge my brain than this. So, yeah, man. Coming up next is a band called 71 Ton Man, which I'm sure somebody has called me that in my lifetime, because I'm a big fellow. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. But I have no clue, and I'm stoked to hear it because it's an interesting name. And if you listen to the show, you know that when I hear interesting name, I expect interesting music. So we're going to check that out right here on Soundcheck, and welcome everybody listening on YouTube. Here we go.
Where you get rated in tacos, only on Soundcheck.
That little 71 ton man, almost said 10 man. That would be bad. I think you've got to have a special kind of mood to listen to that. So real quick before I give my review, I want to shout out to my top listening cities over the past month, and that is Boardman, Oregon. I've no clue who's listening in Boardman, but they are listening a lot. San Jose, California, Houston, Texas, coming in third. Wilmington, Delaware, Oklahoma City, Ashburn, Virginia, Norwalk, Connecticut, Hyattsville, Maryland, Brentwood, New York, Richmond, Virginia, rounding out the top 10 there. And of course, the United States is just crushing everybody in highest country. So over about 70% of the listeners are here in the United States, but we do get around to other places. Let me see who else is listed real quick. I only got a little bit of time here. So we got Brazil, the UK, Sweden, Italy, France, Mexico, Switzerland, Germany, and the Russian Federation. Russia, what's up, man? Don't be meddling with my show. It's a metal show. Don't meddle with it. Right. So yeah, 71 ton, man. I'm a fan of anything that's tune low, play slow, and that's what that was. Just slow and crushing and doom-esque. I liked it. It didn't have that minor key doom signature, you know what I mean? It wasn't like a candle mass kind of a doom. It was more of a crowbar kind of a you're slowly getting crushed by a wrecking ball. And that's a lot of fun. So man, I'd give that probably a four star taco. 4 out of 5 tacos, pretty good. If you get a 5 taco with sour cream added, get yourself a hit right there. But that's good stuff. That is good. I think that it's generic to a point, but it was good for what it was. It kept me listening. The riff was just sludgy as hell. So I'm a fan. Hey, it's Soundcheck coming to you on Thanksgiving week here in Oklahoma City. Coming up next is a band called Aolith with Saturn Rings. Sounds death metal. It sounds maybe tech metal. I like to guess usually. So I'm going to go death metal, maybe Degent or whatever the hell that's called. Saturn Rings. Yeah, I'm going Degent. It's Soundcheck. Here we go.
Want to know if you suck?
Hey, you suck.
Send your music to Soundcheck.
testing. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This is a sound check.
Yeah, so, Aolith, right? Is that who that was? I think so. I always forget the name of the band by the time I get to the end of it. Aolith, right. Well, Saturn Rings wasn't gent at all. I mean, that was my first, or Tech Death. It was an interesting, kind of a black metal deal. So I say normally, sometimes I really like the experimentation with noise. Like Dode Heimsgaard did a real good job of that. And then, you look at Neptune Towers or just people who like to use Steven Wilson might be a good example. I like the noise experimentation. I liked that in that song. It made me interested to listen to more. Was it the greatest tune in the world? I don't know. But I've always associated with black metal with space because it's so cold and dark and just... I liked it. It was interesting to me. I'm going to give it, like a 3.5. Something I might want to have one of those weird, I want to listen to strange, noises, kind of a deal, go back and listen to. It's not something that I know that I would wear a shirt. I don't know. I might really like wearing that shirt. People are like, what is that? And I'm like, you gotta hear it, man. It's totally bizarre off the wall, just black metal stuff. So, it's not the most insane thing. It wasn't like the Dillinger escape plan of black metal or anything, but I love that noisy kind of weird, especially when it's not over, quote, techno, you know what I mean? It's not a dancey noise. It's just weird. What the hell is going on? It almost sounded like they played that, and they put a cymbal on top of the speaker and mic'd it out of the hole in the top of the cymbal. It just was so thin and that almost record crackle. That was, to me, it was interesting. It wasn't like I said, it wasn't the most fun thing in the world. It wasn't like, yeah, I was like, this is crazy. I have got to continue listening to this, which is the way I was the first time I heard Dillinger. I was like, what in the hell just happened to my ears? So, yeah, man. So pretty cool. Aolith, not bad. This is sound check, and I want to thank Solitude Promotions, record label, whatever show they just sent me a bunch of doom, and thank you very much. We have so many cool indie labels out there that send us stuff. It's amazing. So coming up next is a band called Alt Rage. So no idea, but this sounds kind of hard rocky, kind of like we're a hard rock band, but I don't know. It has that 2-syllable Alt Rage kind of. Anyway, I could be wrong, but we're going to check them out here on Soundcheck. Listen up, crank it up. Let's do this.
Text in your request to the Soundcheck Taco line 424-666-7356.
Hey, and real quick before we get into Alt Rage there, make sure and check out the Rock Metal Podcast with Jay Stone. Guy used to be on XM Radio. Now his podcast plays right here on the Moose Network. Very, very cool. Also just brought on Honest Brutality, which is another podcast. Cool stuff. I'm trying to give you guys as much stuff to listen to as possible, kind of mix up what's going on the channel so it's not always just me. So, which, you know, the more variety, the better. So, and I also am going to be bringing on some stuff that's, you know, non-music stuff. I'm really want to find somebody who has a cool sports podcast, because I am a sports dude. There's no way around it. And also maybe, you know, a paranormal or a horror kind of thing, which is always fun for me. Alt Rage. So I was talking earlier about I'm always a fan of the tune low, play slow kind of a deal. That was another example of that. But you teeter on a real fine line when you do that for two things, of either repetition, which that song to me was a little way repetitious. I was like, okay, junk. That's easy to get caught up into when you play that. That's why Crowbar is the masters of that, because they can whip you 70 different directions with that slow stuff. It was good. It was not bad. Just a little repetitious, but it's just one song. So I'm going to give it a 3.5. Not bad. Keep doing what you're doing. You know, I like it. I don't know that, like I said, I don't know if I'm going to go back and listen to it, but it was good. It was sludgy. It was heavy. It was ugly. You know, those are all good things in the eyes of me. So you never know, man. Someday I'm going to love your song. Next time I'm going to hate it. It's just kind of how it works. But I think that, you know, for a broad spectrum of people in the sludgy type world, they're going to think that that's pretty good stuff. You know, so. Yeah, American Wrecking Company, which, I mean, that's a pretty classic little name for a band here. And I definitely think this is going to be more of a hard rock deal. So we'll find out right now. American Wrecking Company on Soundcheck.
Find Soundcheck on iTunes, YouTube, iHeartRadio, and in your local taco truck. listening to the Metal Moose.
I'm going to be honest with you, I kind of hate songs like that because it has that Mudvayne kind of Static X. I don't even know the right way to put it, but it has such a great, that is a good anger anthem. You know what I mean? You're just like, or a hell yeah kind of a song. You're like, rah! And then you go pick up the CD hoping that that's what you're going to get. You know, it was a full record full of just angst and hatred and venom. And the rest of the songs are kind of So, but the good side of that is that's something that I will go back and listen to see if the rest of it is like that. If it is, I mean, that's really good. That is, I kind of like that kind of genre of stuff because it's not really labeled as anything. It's just anger. You know what I mean? Just pissed off. But it's not grind. It's not death. It's not. You know, it's harder than hard rock. It's metal, but it's not metal. You know what I mean? It's not Iron Maiden metal. It's just metal. I don't know, but I like it. It was pissed. It was pissed off. I like it. American Wrecking Crew. Great name to match the music that came out there. I would give that like a 4.5 stars. I mean, it was just pedal to the metal. I'm going to kick your ass, and it does. It just kicks your ass like fantastic. Really, really good stuff there, man. Yeah, I could listen to that. That's something I could play to somebody and say, I'll bet you that this band, in the hands of the right person, is going to be really, really big. And I think that that's true. That band right there could be on tour and opening up for a lot of different people right now. So, good stuff. Really good. Real quick, I want to thank everybody that is always so interactive with me on social media. Lisa Casme, who's new, I think, Cynthia Davey, of course, Scott Clock, Sam McCain, Cristiano Santos, from Spiritual Hate, lots of people out there. I am very, very, very interactive. Of course, Greg Dabbs and Dr. Satan Promotions, who has just recently made me an editor on the page. That's a total honor. I'm very active with people on social media. Don't ever think, because I will email and answer or retext anybody that sends in stuff. So, American Wrecking Crew, good stuff. Thanks for hanging out with me on social media as well. Angus Black, which sounds like a good steak to me, coming up right now on Soundcheck. Facebook, Metal Moose Radio.
Hey, this is Freddy. I'm the singer-songwriter from Tola, a brand new thrash and power metal band from Switzerland. And you are listening to the Moose.
listening to Soundcheck with the Moose.
I've had more than one person tell me. I had a fairly good friend, Halsey, if you guys know Halsey, tell me the other day, sometimes when I listen to the show, when I hear that bad production, it makes me want to change. I don't want to listen anymore because I just heard this really crappy production. And I understand that, I do. But at the same time, somebody's crappy production is somebody's treasure. You know what I mean? Like, I found that really intriguing to listen to. The mix was all the hell over the place. The bass was out front, and the guitar tones were wacky. And I don't know, was that an inexperienced person in the studio? Is that band actually have a unique kind of sound to them? I don't know the answer. I liked the sound because it was intriguing. It was very different. There was no borders on that. It almost reminded me of like kind of early Faith No More. It's kind of, I don't know. Anyway, that's not a great comparison to anybody else, but so I would probably only give that like a 3 stars. I really liked how different it was. It was not a inside the box kind of a recording or song. So it's all right. It's intriguing to me. I don't know that if I heard that in a group of songs, I would say that's the one I like the most. I would probably say that was super interesting, but interesting doesn't always, make the call for me. So it was all right. It was not bad. So yeah, pretty cool. Make sure and check out the show on YouTube, by the way. Like I said, you can pretty much look up Soundcheck or Metal Moose Radio on any digital platform, and you're going to find us. We're all the hell over the place, and we love that you guys are listening around the world. We love that you listen on multiple platforms, Spreaker and iTunes and YouTube. YouTube, I think, is my favorite because you can do it at work because everybody's got YouTube, and you can just annoy the hell out of your coworker. Archons with something space-like coming up right now on Soundcheck.
Where you get rated in tacos, only on Soundcheck. suck? Send your music to Soundcheck.
One of my favorite thing about the Doom and Fuzz kind of collective out there is that they're one of the last genres that I think really still stands true to having a story in their song. I like that. I like that when there's something going on in the lyrics. You know, just besides I hate the world, I hate my parents, I miss my girlfriend, I want a fast car, let's snort coke. I mean, yada, yada, yada. It's cool to be able to have, even if, you know, I don't know what Galaxians are, but it made me interested to listen to more. I like that a lot. I think the Doomers and the Fuzzers out there are going to like this show. A lot of doomy, fuzzy stuff. So, not fuzzy like the weird people that dress up like animals and have sex in public. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about doom and fuzz metal. So yeah, speaking of doom, is really cool. I got added to the Maryland Death Fest page today by the owner of the page, which the guy that actually runs the Maryland Death Fest, which not Death, I'm sorry, Doom. I so used to Maryland Death, the Maryland Doom Festival. Added me to their page today, and they may take me off that I said Maryland Death Fest. I didn't mean to do that. I apologize. But what a big time honor, and thank you very much. One of these days, I really hope to be able to make it out there. So I've spent a lot of time in Maryland, watching the Capitals at the Capitol Center play. So yeah, JB Matson, the guy who runs the Maryland Doom Fest, which is a huge festival. Really, so shocked me today by adding me to their page, and awesome. I love them. I post their stuff on the Facebook and Twitter page all the time, also on Instagram. And also, of course, Robert Pilson, who runs No Slip Records, is a really great guy in the business and has helped me out in numerous ways. So I've got some really cool friends in the Doom world. I feel really cool about that. So, you know, starting next year when we do, in 2018, every show is going to be a certain genre. We've got quite a bit of Doom building up. I've been building this base for quite a few months now, so a lot of good Doom to put out there. So, Doom fans, be ready, because we're going to get doomed for sure. Atriexol, The Ominous Silence, coming up right now on Soundcheck. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. I'd love to know where you're listening to us from, man. I know there's a lot of you out there. Love to hear from you. Just text in.
With the latest in high-octane Metal Moose. You've been weighed, you've been measured, you've been found wanting. Metal Moose. For the latest in high-octane Metal Moose. Visit them on Facebook at Metal Moose Radio for weekly podcasts and more up-to-date information and events. Metal Up. Metal Moose.
Welcome to the worst nightmare of all. Reality. There is a secret song at the center of the world, and its sound is like razors through flesh.
Your suffering will be legendary even in hell.
Pinhead. Big fan. Atriexel, absolutely nothing bad to say about that. Really nicely done, symphonic, technical, black metal, evil as hell, nice production, great vocal, guitar lines were good. They had a lot of good texture, cold riffing, the samples, of course, Great. Really good. 4.75 stars. There's a lot of really good bands out there like that. I think it's a tough field to be in, but I also think it's a really tough kind of music to play. So it's not like, Joe Blow from down the road can pick up a guitar and just start blasting out riffs like that. Good stuff, man. I would love to wear a shirt of that band. By the way, I haven't done that in quite a while. If I play you on this show and I say that I would wear your shirt, that means I would really like one of your shirts. One of the reasons I haven't done it in such a long time is that I wear a XXX. I wear a big shirt because I'm a big man. I'm 6'2" and 280 pounds. Ex-football player. So if you have a XXX shirt, I would love it if you guys would send me one, because I will wear it. And when I do wear band shirts, people ask me who the hell is that, because they know what I do. And they're like, what's up with the H3X on? I'm like, oh my God, it's great black metal. So it's promotion. And now listen, I know that there are a lot of people out there who are like, how dare you ask a band to send you a shirt? Look, I'm not demanding anything from anybody. It's a request as a fan of the music. I buy a lot of shirts. I buy a lot of CDs. I buy a lot of stuff from the band. So trust me, this isn't like a deal where I'm just hanging out trying to get free stuff. We're looking at moving, and I was packing up my band shirts the other day and packing up CDs and stuff, and I couldn't believe that all of the crazy amounts of merch that I've bought over the years. I've been really lucky to have bands send me shirts and stickers and CDs, and I love signed CDs. If you sign a CD and send it out to me, I love that as well. But don't think for a minute that if I like you, I don't go buy your stuff, because I do. So anybody is out there, because there are people who are like, yeah, man, that Moose guy, he's just trying to rip bands off of shirts. Really? Really? Do you think I would spend the time that I do doing this, which is a lot of time, just to get t-shirts? The answer is no. I do this for the bands. I do it because I love it. I love metal. I love music. I love the scene. I love the underground. And t-shirts, man, those are a bonus. Just honest with you. I like to wear them. I have a t-shirt addiction. So that's it, man. Bear Bong. I got a feeling this is going to be a little grind-tastic. Just throwing that out there. And I'm a huge grind fan, and their name is Bear Bong. Yes.
Want to know if you suck?
Hey, you suck.
Send your music to Soundcheck.
5 stars. I love it. That's all I need to say. Bear Bong, awesome. I love that. Rage, grindy, crusty, anger-filled nonsense. And I'm a huge fan of it because when you're too serious about music all the time, it gets kind of boring. But that you need that in your musical repertoire somewhere, whether it be, Broken Hope or not Broken Hope, Brutal Truth is what I meant to say. You need some good grindy nonsense, even if it's SOD. Whatever, man, you need it. I liked it. I'm a fan. So real quick, I wanted to say thank you. And when I say things like this, people always, wonder if I'm going to quit or something. No, I'm not quitting. I'm just giving out credit where credit is due. I want to thank, over the years, man, Tornado Tattoo, and Nico's, USA Custom Pickups, Witch Casket, the Metalhead Box, Zion Vapor, even the sporting people that advertise with us. Thanks so much for the support, man. Even if you're not with us anymore and supporting us financially, listen, we've had very few sponsors over the years that have paid money. My friends over at Tornado Tattoo, Josh Poindexter, has always been great to me and dealt fantastically with tattoos with me. If you look at me, I'm pretty much covered in tats, and those all came from, not all, but most of them came from Tornado, and because they're great people. But I want to thank all the people that have taken the time to put their name connected to us. Sometimes that's ended up really good, like with Tornado and Metalhead Box. I think they're, they didn't pay me to talk about them, but I promoted them, and I still do. Melissa and the people at Metalhead Box, great. Thank you to all the sponsors from over the past 4 years. We've got a long way to go. I don't know if I've ever told you guys this or not, but my plan is to not quit doing this show until I hit 1 million downloads. So we got a long way to go. Long way to go. Now, if you guys want me off of the air, just start downloading like crazy. But we got a long way to go before we hit 1 million. And that is individual downloads. So, we got a long way. I think we're at 12,000 or something. So not big on the downloads. Well, we do okay, but we got a long way to go. So thanks for the sponsors. If you want to sponsor the show, that's great, man. We do advertising really cheap. $20 is what we charge. So just get a hold of us at moose@themetalmoose.com or text 424-666-7356. This next band is called Big Brave, and it kind of scares me. It sounds kind of alt-rocky. We're going to find out. It sounds kind of alt-rocky. I don't know. We'll play it. Why not? If you want to throw it in the ring, let's do this. Big Brave with Lull on Soundcheck.
You are listening to the Metal Moose. Text in your request to the Soundcheck Taco line 424-666-7356.
Man, I'm exhausted. That took a lot of energy to stay captivated and to try to hold on. There was a lot of emotional, lot of heavy trauma. Actually, is what I kept thinking to myself. Man, this is traumatic as hell. I liked it. It would definitely have to be in the right mood to listen to that, because it's kind of like Bursum. You know what I mean? It taxes you. You're like, oh my God, that was so overwhelming. I found that really cool. And once again, I think the Doomers are going to love this show. Lots of slow, drudgy kind of stuff going on, which, like I said, I've always been a fan of it, but starting in 2018 when we do the categorized shows, we'll have full Doom shows. So, which is, it's not only something I decided to do for the listener so they know what the hell they're getting themselves into, but I did it for me too, because it's kind of become difficult to not know what I'm playing. I thought, when I started this at the beginning of 2017, I thought, oh, it'll be cool, man. I'll have all this different kinds of music and I can listen to it and give my opinions on it. But then I started thinking, God, it's really difficult to do, because you're going from one place to the next and your brain just can't process it enough. And I don't know that I give a fair review to everything that way. And it's also hard to listen to as a listener. You're just like, okay, that was some cool tech death. And next I just heard some folk, Viking music. And you're just like, what? I don't know what to expect. So I wanted to make it to where, we knew what was going to happen. So this guy actually did a sound-checked review on his record, and it is flawless. I absolutely love it. I'm pretty sure I gave it 5 tacos. Jason Aaron Wood with the Emanations is the name of the CD. This is the title cut. This is for the guitarded out there, for the people who are just guitar nerds like me. You're going to love this. And also, it's great because it's very Catatonia, very Edge of Sanity, which you just made me happy by saying all those things. So get into it. Jason Aaron Wood on Soundcheck. You're going to love this. Trust me. Love it.
You're listening to Soundcheck with the Moose. music to sound check.
Jason Aaron Wood is the man. Amazing tune. It's actually an amazing record. I spoke with him on text the other day or on Messenger. I guess he just ordered physical CDs. Make sure and go buy one. Really, really damn good stuff. That whole Edge of Sanity, early Catatonia, Rapture kind of stuff, there's not enough of it. And Jason's got a really good musical mind. It was pretty interesting when I posted the review. Immediately, I guess one of his students popped on, and that's like a big time compliment when your students come on and are like, "Oh my God, this dude's a master." So yeah, I'm a fanboy. Jason Aaron Wood, really, really good. You should support him. I don't know if he's in a band or if he's just doing solo stuff, but he's got a good future ahead of him in music if he, pursues it in the proper ways and uses his talents. So, man, totally huge. Awesome fan. Real quick, I want to throw out thanks to all the people on Twitter. There's some, the retweeter is huge. Of course, Indie Rage Radio and Rat Pack Radio and Red Dragons Radio are real good about tweeting. Also, 102.7 WSNR, real good about promoting the show. Thank you very much. Crave Radio down in Dallas also promotes the show really well. There's so many just random people that I tweet to and tweet with and all that stuff. I want to thank you very much. The social media is a big deal to me, man, so I try to keep active on social media. It takes up a lot of my time, to be honest with you, but it's important to me, so I do it as much as possible so you guys understand I'm not just one of those cool DJ guys, and hey, I'm just a normal dude, and I like to talk with people I've met and made many friends on social media since the beginning of this, and I want to thank you very much for being interactive with me as well, because it makes the show so much more fun. After this next song, we'll do the review of the tune, then we'll give you the answer to this week's Facebook Twitter question, which was Stone Sour or Slipknot, which one and why, kind of a deal. We'll get into that before the end of the show. And there's a bonus cut at the end of this show, so make sure and stay tuned to that. After the final credits roll, there's still another song. This is a band called Scars of Solitude. More doom? Let's hope so.
The Moose Rocks Canada. You're listening to the Metal Moose.
Well, needless to say, that just went on my Soundcheck playlist on Spotify, which I've not released publicly yet because I don't have permission from all the bands. But the point being is when I hear a band that I really, really, really like on the show, I find their music on Spotify if they have it on there, and then I put it on my playlist so I can go back and hear these kick-ass bands that I've been lucky enough to play on my show. Scars of Solitude's 4.75, man. Really good Finnish band. Melodic metal, also depressive, it's got a little bit of that Finnish depression in there. So, I'm a fan. Yeah, man, 4.75 stars, really good. Hey, real quick, I told you guys we would talk about the Twitter/Facebook question of the week, which was Stone Sour or Slipknot, which one is your favorite? It was pretty much a landslide. Slipknot pretty much crushed Stone Sour. And so here's the, Stone Sour is the more accessible to the public version of Slipknot. You know what I mean? They have melodies and they have, anyway, long story short, I love Stone Sour for their pop sensibility, for their message. I love the message in the tunes. I love Slipknot for their angst and for their anger and for the vitriol. And there's a lot of that in Stone Sour too. But it was a landslide. Slipknot absolutely crushed it. But like I was saying earlier on the show, so many people that are not, into music know both bands but don't know that it's the same singer. And so Corey, who's phenomenal in my opinion, like I said, real controversial dude, wrote books, and I don't know much about that, but I know that he is a little outspoken. He's like me, so I dig both of them. But Slipknot. Then make sure and check on the Facebook and Twitter pages every week, because we'll put up a new question. I'll put up a new question probably tonight as I release the show. Also released a video on YouTube tonight about the whole Butcher Baby incident, which if you guys aren't familiar with that, make sure and go to YouTube and watch the video, and you can give your opinions there. We have one more song to finish out the show, and then like I said, there's a bonus cut at the end of the show. After the outro plays, there's still one more song, but I'm not going to say who it is, but they told me they were so excited to be heard on the show, so I'm going to put their song at the end and see if they even noticed that it played, and if not, hopefully somebody will tell them. This band is called TUNDRA. Anti-Palm is the name of the song. Looks interesting. I have no clue what to expect here, but we're going to check it out. See you guys in just a few minutes at the end of this tune. It's Soundcheck from the Moose Pit.
This is Izzy Devious and Lieutenant Colonel Lee from Accidental President in Sydney, Australia.
G'day to all you listeners at Metal Moose Radio.
Agitators and flag bearers.
Stay brutal.
This is not what you want, why you lie to hear.
What an incredible cut to end the show with tonight, Tundra, with that thrash soil work, kind of good melodic vocal thrashy kind of thing. I dig it. 4.75 stars. Really good. Hey, gang, it's the end of the show. Thanks for hanging out with me for 2 hours here in the Moose Pit in Oklahoma City. My name is Moose. I say it at the end of every show. I'm going to say it again. You wake up, you kick ass, you be kind, you repeat. That's how we do things, man. You have the power to change somebody's life just by smiling at them. That's a big deal. Make sure to use that power every day if you can. Smile at somebody, make somebody feel good. I want you guys to have a great holiday week. Like I said, November 23rd is my birthday, so Thanksgiving I will be stuffing myself with turkey and dressing and stuff like that. So stay tuned after the show for the surprise bonus cut. It's going to be cool. And until the next show, which is next Tuesday, I hope you guys listen and share this with your friends. We'll see you on the web. Until then, take care.
The metal moves on the air across the globe, he's everywhere. Sheet of dust all over the place, on the mic and in his